The Prime Minister said she wanted a passionate and noisy conference, and it looks like that's exactly what she's getting. The Labour Party's annual get-together is underway in Sydney. High on the agenda, gay marriage, asylum seekers and uranium exports to India. Let's go to political reporter Bridget Glanville, who's outside the conference venue at Darling Harbour. So, Bridget, what's happened so far?
Well, Julia Gillard opened the three-day conference, of course, to a standing ovation. Ros, she gave a long speech where she talked about Labor Party reforms and also about increasing the party's membership. She talked about the fact that they're losing 3,000 to 4,000 members a year, and she's given the party a target of finding 8,000 new members next year in 2012. She then went on to list all the achievements of the Labor Party in the last year. She talked about the price on carbon, the national broadband, paid parental leave, and also about keeping a recession at bay and keeping the economy strong. Throughout her speech, when she raised these achievements, she got a round of applause from the party faithful right throughout. Her speech, though, didn't talk about specific issues at this conference. We know specific issues such as gay marriage, asylum seekers and uranium sales. It didn't talk about specifics. It was quite broad-ranging. But she did call for a very robust debate.
Delegates, in these coming days, I want us to have a fair dinkum Labor Party conference. We didn't join Labor in our youth because we had no opinions. We didn't come here for a coronation or a campaign launch. We came here for debates. We came here for surprises. We came here to have votes.
Well, Bridget, as you mentioned, one of the big ticket items on the agenda is gay marriage. Elton John is in Sydney and he briefly touched on it at the end of a long impassioned speech about AIDS.
The people have a right to live with dignity. We're all treated equal, and it's about time Australians got the same-sex marriage together as well. Thank you.
So, Bridget, are the numbers there to change Labor's policy on this?
Well, Ros, it's still relatively fluid. Of course, it depends who you talk to. Some say the numbers are there, some say they're not. Now, of course, there's lots of caucusing going on here at the conference. Now, the left wants to change the platform, which effectively changed the wording of the Act to allow same-sex couples to be married. Now, Julia Gillard and the right don't want this, and instead they're putting forward a conscience vote so that when the legislation is raised by the Greens in Parliament next year, the Labor Party will have a conscience vote on gay marriage. Now, it's certainly the hot topic in Sydney. As you mentioned, Elton John's been talking about it. And of course, this morning, as the delegates were arriving, it was the #1 question being asked of those delegates.
The vote is very close, there's no doubt about that, and lots of people are rounding up the numbers, but I think that we will still be able to keep the platform unchanged.
What I do know is that this is an important issue. The Labor Party debates important issues. Our Prime Minister has made it clear what she believes in. I will certainly be supporting the Prime Minister.
We're at the conference. These matters will be dealt with by the delegates. Matter for the delegates. Let's see where it goes.
I think we should have strong support for same-sex couples. I don't think there should be any impediment to same-sex couples getting married. That's pretty straightforward.
So, Bridget, what are the other issues causing division at the conference?
Well, asylum seekers, of course, will be hotly debated. Now, that's Chris Bowen's proposal to take more refugees in return, of course, for processing, an offshore processing, I should say, of asylum seekers. And the other issue that will be debated, that some say will get up, is, of course, the issue of selling uranium to India, and whether or not that gets up, those issues and the same-sex marriage will be debated over the weekend.
Bridget, thank you.